this haunted room actually stretching? Or is it your imagination?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Disneyland video here on my channel. This video will concentrate on moments. I've seen a lot of dumb shit, okay? Sometimes I just mind my own business, and sometimes things are too big of a deal to mind your own business. Let's focus this moment on a Tower of Terror / Guardians of the Galaxy, okay? I'm going to tell you as much moments that I can remember within that attraction. So let's get it. Now, rewinding back to the days where it was the Tower of Terror, and I had a shift where I started my day welcoming in the guests. So, you know, where like the doors open and you're like, okay, row number 5 come in, row number 4 come in, and things like that. No, they go into the elevator, the gate closes, and you do your spiel, no flash photography, hold on to your loved ones, unless it's your husband. So, during that day, I did what I had to do. The doors to the elevator closed and they went off to the ride. Later on, while I'm outside, where I'm supposed to, you know, be putting the other group into their numbers, I hear that the phone rings. So if you don't know by now, every shaft, there's 3 shafts there, so you know. So every shaft has a box with a phone there. And that's usually where the cast members just contact each other. So I heard the phone ring, I went inside and I picked it up, and the cast member in the tower console.
If you don't know by now, it's just a huge room with a lot of monitors, a lot of cameras, a lot of buttons. Like if they see something wrong, they can stop the entire ride in that room just by pushing their little red button.
And they told me, I need you to stay alert. It looks like someone didn't hold on to their items and now they're just flying up and down in the elevator and it could hit someone, right? So
the reason that he just didn't stop it, because usually if it's a hazardous thing, they usually stop the ride, but they didn't do it because it was already coming back. So, I mean, I was already there.
So it was coming in and the doors just open. First thing I see, a 9-year-old kid in the first row is just looking at his lap like there was a dildo in the 9-year-old's lap. It was buzzing, by the way. It was buzzing. And by this time, the seatbelts were already unlocked and nobody was getting up. Everybody was too busy looking at me like, do something. I am not touching a vibrating dildo on a 9-year-old's lap, because if it's vibrating, most likely it was being used. I'm not touching that. Anyway, an older lady in the back just swung off her seatbelt and ran down the aisle. While she was running down the aisle, she just swooped the vibrator and like ran. Damn. We got Buzz and Woody if you want to see some wood and buzzing. Okay, you didn't need to bring all of this. It's a children's park. Even the dude that was sitting right next to that 9-year-old wasn't doing anything. I assumed it was like his big brother, you know, because they were wearing like matching t-shirts. But anyway, he was just looking at like. After that, after the traumatization, everybody started getting up, you know, laughing, giggling, getting up, getting out. I told the 9-year-old if you needed anything at this point. I'm just like, hey, you want like a no strings attached or something? I don't know, can I do anything for you? The older brother was like, no, he's good. And the 9-year-old was just walking out like, ugh, like it's so gross. Next story has to do with grad night. And as every cast member knows, it's a delight to work grad night. Every time we're told that grad night is coming up, every single cast member is so filled with joy. Everybody's like, can I get an ER? Because as you will see, there's some people that just, grad night it's a day, okay? It's grad night. So again, I was in that same location, in that same position, in that same rotating position where the cast member greets everybody inside into the elevator and is like, welcome to the Hollywood Tower Hotel, blah, 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 blah. And while you're giving your whole show spiel, these high schoolers don't give a These high schoolers, meanwhile, are not giving a fuck what you're talking about. They're just talking over you. Like, this fucking bird is talking over me. Make sure that I said it, that they heard me. Hey, please just hold on to your stuff, okay? Don't take pictures and just enjoy your ride. So rotation comes and it's my turn to go to the tower position. So I arrive, sit down with another cast member right next to me, and controls and monitors, and I don't know what it is about grad night, but these grad night kids for some reason think there's no such thing as night mode cameras, especially in a very, very dark ride. And whenever they're sitting all the way in the back, they think that people don't have eyes, they don't respect. And this is pretty frustrating to work grad night because you see all these things and you're just like, yo, like, control your hormones. So then I see one of the camera monitors and I notice that this girl is going at it with her boyfriend. She's helping her boyfriend, you know, relieve himself, I guess you can say. I'm just like, am I really seeing this? And the cast member next to me is just looking at me like, I think he noticed it before I did, because he was looking at me like, you know, and we're not allowed to stop the ride for that, I guess, because it's not like a safety hazard, even though there's people around there. I mean, you know? So we're like, what do we do? What do we do? And this is a ride that takes seconds. It's not that long. But while we were trying to figure out, do we say something? What do we do? We see the girl just go, whoop. I don't know. How the hell? This girl must be the most, this girl must be the most flexible girl ever. Because the way you're sitting, it's like this. Okay? The seatbelt, it's tight on you, okay? That seatbelt just, it does its job. It holds you down. If you're like this, how are you going to stretch down like this without hurting your back? I mean, I don't know. Maybe she's just very, I don't know, talented. We're just looking there, looking at her go downtown, and we're like, oh my god. It was so awkward for us because I'm just like,
yo, I don't even know you good enough to be seeing this intimacy with you, like
what do we do? So the girl is done with her deed. You know, you can see that the guy is like feeling all cool and shit. You clearly see that the girl was like, had her mouth full of something and she didn't know what to do. I was thinking, I swear, if this bitch spits that shit while going up or while going down, like if she spits it out, I'm calling security, because the type of disrespect that this girl has is immense, as well as the guy. Like, what the hell? So anyway, she was like not knowing what to do. She didn't know what to do, you could tell. This ride, I don't know how long it is, but this happened in a matter of seconds. It's just like, really? Like, I'm disappointed in that guy. And in the control room, also we have PA systems, so we have little microphones that we can speak directly into whatever shaft we decide. So upon seeing her ready to basically spit it out, the cast member next to me was like, oh, no you don't, no you don't, not in my shaft. And so he grabs the microphone and was like, spitters are for quitters. And you can clearly see the fright in this girl's face. She was just like, and the guy quickly was like covering himself. I'm like, bro, like, I mean, he had already pulled his like pants up and everything, but for some reason he was just like covering himself more. It's like, we already saw it. It was so inappropriate. It was so disrespectful. And then we called the cast member that was running that elevator.
Hey, so the girl all the way in the back in the pink shirt, yeah, she was
and we told him what she did. So he was like, all right, you know, he was that kind of dude that was like, oh, you gave me this type of information, all right, I'm gonna put her on the spot. After that call, we just saw that the ride was coming back to the doors open, and the cast member was there. He was just like standing there looking at the girl like, welcome back. So I was embarrassed for her. I mean, I don't feel bad for her, but I was embarrassed for her. I'm like, oh my god. Heading to the next story. Okay, this happened also in grad night. I'm telling you, these grad night kids, y'all need to hold yourselves accountable. Before I continue with the story, let me just give you just a little background about what's about to go on.
So there's a lot of people that get the thrill of almost getting killed, I guess, during this ride. They like to loosen up their seatbelt, so they do this little trick that they loosen up their seatbelt to gain some air. That is very dangerous. Therefore, when we catch someone doing that, we call the managers, we call our leads, and we just call a bunch of people to come get you off of the ride, and you are not allowed back into the ride for the entire day. And trust me, we will remember who you are.
You're not gonna come back in. So with that said, that day, my friend was in all the controls are and all the cameras, whatever. She said that in one of the shafts, there was a group of grad night kids. You know, everything looked normal. And once the ride started, she noticed that one of the girls had loosened up her seatbelt. And I guess it happened so fast that she didn't have enough time to like press the emergency stop, which just stops the entire shaft. So the girl just flew out of her seat, hit her head at the top of like the metal cage, and she just landed right on top of other people there. She then stopped the ride. We later found out that the girl actually cracked her head open, and she broke several bones. She also had severely injured the other two people that she had landed on. So yeah, I mean, she wasn't walked out of that attraction. She was basically rolled out of that attraction in, I think it was like a bed or something. I don't know what it was. I just know that the ambulance was called because, you know, blood and stuff there, and it was a big scene. I wasn't there for it, but I heard it was a big deal, so I'm just like, damn, like, oh. I'm just glad I didn't have to deal with it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, has been my experience with 3 moments that this girl had to go through while working Tower of Terror.